Okay, so this is a special video. This is my way of, paying back, you know, what books and reading have done for me. Because I was a lost individual with no prospects, a miserable. And reading books actually saved my life. And not only that, but books improved my life dramatically. And I guess this video is a sort of, perhaps giving advice to people, especially younger people who feel like they are astray, aimless, wandering in the world, and they think that, nothing can improve. It isn't so. Okay, so reading books, I think it is probably one of a few ways in which an individual can awaken, where an individual can gain self-awareness, right? The ability to critique yourself. This is key, right? This is what happened to me. Listen, if you've watched my videos, you know already, but I'll tell it again. When I was younger, I was a dummy, a dunderhead, okay? And I thought that I was special, and I thought that I was unique, and I thought that I had big boy ideas, right? I thought that I was a thinker, right? It wasn't until I started reading that I realized just how dumb and insignificant I really was, right? By reading books of value, books of quality, that is how you gain perspective and, a decent perception of things. By reading books, I managed to finally think for myself and question things and grow as a person. Okay? This is why, ladies and gentlemen, this is why books are so important, so quintessential, so relevant. Books are the most important in one's life. Okay? This is why reading is a must. You need to read as much as possible. You need to just devour books. Okay? Because in books, this is what happens. Okay? In books, it doesn't matter if it's fictional or non-fictional. What happens is, while you read, you are presented with a situation, maybe a moral situation. The characters are placed in a position where they have to make choices. And the preferred outcome is for you, the reader, to imagine yourself in the character's shoes. And what would you do in this, ethical conundrum? What decision and what choices would you make in this position? Right? You have to think about these things, because most people just go about their lives half asleep on autopilot. Most people don't have real obstacles and hardships in life. Okay? Most people start crying because, they can't find a phone charger or whatever, right? Only by reading as many books as possible, you are presented with examples of people who have gone, who have crossed the Rubicon, people who have lived in agony, who have agonized in anguish over ideas or, physical hell, tormented, tortured, things you can't even imagine or, fathom. This is what books are here for. Books are here to present you with the fact that that perhaps you're not as enlightened as you think you are. You're not that smart as you think you are. Listen, I've come across a lot of people in my life, especially one person, and this person thinks that because he traveled around this country and because he made a bit of money, this person imagines that he has all the experience in the world and that he has accomplished something. You know? Meanwhile, you read about people like Friedrich Nietzsche or Henry Miller or Bukowski or, Emile Cioran, right? Who else? Knut Hamsun, right? Baudelaire, right? Schopenhauer, right? And a plethora of others who have gone to the max and beyond, in terms of ideas and emotional anguish and real life experiencing real hell, right? This is why I say that most people nowadays, they don't really have a life. They have a sort of, what you might call it, stable stagnation where every day is the same. Most people don't think about things. Most people are so comfortable that they're almost sleepwalkers, right? Because they don't have that despair, that dread. And this is what books are here for, right? Books are here to present you examples of lives lived in misery, lives lived to the max of to the max of calamity and destruction, right? As well as the opposite. Some books can present you, examples of living life in a beautiful way, of course, because this is also true. The positives of today's lifestyle, it's still mediocre, average, it's nothing special, right? In a book, maybe you can see something that is out of the ordinary. This is what a book should be. It should present you, a book should always present to you extremes, whether they are positive or negative, right? Never settle for, what is more convenient or what is comfortable, right? Because only if you live with these extremes do you have the potential to develop, to improve, to grow, to ascend as a person. Listen, the purpose of books, of literature, of poetry, philosophy, the singular goal of all art, whatever it may be, its purpose is to elevate human beings from the state of savages, from the state of animals, to something pristine and exceptional. Okay, this is what art is here for. And only if you have quality art can a human being elevate himself or herself. Okay, this is why pop culture is a disease. It's not real art. It's nothing, right? Real literature, art, music, paintings, sculpture, whatever. It's here to help you, to aid in your development. Because you only have to look outside your window. When people gather together, you have to watch them and be in awe. See, I always observe. And when I see people, how they behave in public, it's just something is amiss here. Something went terribly wrong. Most people are one step away from being brutes, uncivilized, no manners, no etiquette, no principles, no awareness. Right? And I was one of these people. See, I'm not superior to anybody. But now I realize just what a dunderhead I used to be. I was one of these people. Right? So this is why I'm making this video, to show my appreciation to all of these books, to literature, to music, to art, because they saved my life. Listen, reading can save your life. Listening to good music can save your life. Real art can save your life. Primarily, books saved my life because they showed me, they taught me a valuable lesson, right? And this, one of the most important lessons is that people who think they're smart, they're the real dumb ones, okay? A person who thinks that he or she is smart, that person automatically is a dumbass. And I was one of these people because I thought I was special, that I was intellectual, right? Until I had to face the truth, right? Only by reading can you escape, the bubble of preconceived notions. Listen, this is what reading does. All of these ideas, all of these philosophies, all of these situations that books present, they are a cure to simple-mindedness. Simple-mindedness is one of the worst things out there. People are so simple-minded, so closed-minded, so unable and unwilling to not only think, but to think outside the box, to question everything. I have this simple philosophy. Question everything, believe nothing, trust no one, think for yourself. Okay? Do not accept anything unconditionally. Right? Because that is an easy way for your ass to get manipulated, to be deceived. And if you haven't figured it out yet, most people now unconsciously deceive themselves. Most people bamboozle themselves with illusions and delusions 24/7. And most of them are not even aware of it. Most people are living in a dream. In a dream in which they think that they are the star, the main protagonist. Okay? So this is why I'm making this video. Reading can save your life. Reading saved my life. And reading all of these amazing books, it gave me the revelation of my purpose. And that is how I became a writer, right? And it elevated my life thousandfold. Because now I have my purpose, right? You see, most people never really grow up. This is the main idea here. Most people, they don't grow up. Most people, they never know who they really are. Most people just float through life and, that's their business. That's their business. But most people live a mediocre, banal, boring life. And I used to be one of these people. I used to accept anything. I used to devour any type of cheap entertainment, and I just went with the flow of things because I had nothing here. Nothing here. Listen, and I keep mentioning this in my every video. My younger self. Listen, if I had the chance to meet my younger self, I would beat that kid's ass. Because that kid wasted so much valuable and precious time on stupid bullshit. Right? On memes and stupid entertainment. Right? I wasted the best years of my life on dumb, trivial shit. You know why? Because I had no education. Because I had nothing in here. Because it wasn't demanded of me to think for myself. Right? So I never questioned anything. I never bothered with anything. I just went along. And I lived a banal, boring, subpar life. I was asleep just like everybody else. And when I think about that, I just feel so sad. So sad because I could have had, a pristine life. A pristine life. I could have done amazing things so earlier, much earlier, right? Listen, I woke the fuck up in my early 20s. That's almost too late, right? So I wasted so much of my, youth on stupid bullshit, right? Before my early 20s, when I started reading, I was just an eyesore. I was an embarrassment. I was just another drone, just another mindless fool, just another normie, just another normie, just moving about, just having, occupying myself with stupid bullshit, just like everybody else. It was only when I picked up books and I saw what genuine, authentic people went through, okay? It was only then that it hit me that I was a fool of epic proportions, that I never criticized myself, that I never questioned anything about my character. And this is what books did for... Listen, and this is probably how I'll end this video. Books, reading books, saved me from the fate of being just another stupid moron. Reading books saved me from being a simpleton, a half-wit. Books taught me, and they showed me the way. Books taught me that I should be ashamed of myself for just complying with things, for just accepting the fact of my limitations. Right? Books showed me how embarrassing and shameful I used to be as a person. One step above being an animal. That's how I used to be. A miserable existence without any thought. Mindless. Just another thrill seeker and chaser. Just living solely to satisfy primitive urges. Right? Until I kept on reading books and I saw that there have been people that were exceptional and they excelled and they were sophisticated and elegant in every way possible, right? And by comparison, even now, I'm nothing. I'm an ant, but I'm trying to be better, right? Because there's nothing worse than being a knucklehead, than being a fool, and there's nothing more grotesque than being proud of being an imbecile, an idiot, right? Nothing worse. And this shows that most people don't have any character, they don't have any dignity, and they do not respect themselves. If they respected themselves, if they had any dignity, they wouldn't take serious these trivial matters, especially online and whatever, right? So people don't have any dignity because they lack the ability to put things into perspective. The first thing that I did after reading a couple of books was to look at myself in the mirror and see a moron. And that is when I gained the ability to criticize myself. Okay? So, listen, school 99% of the time will not save you, will not teach you anything except how to be, a mindless order follower and a mindless consumer. This is what the school system is for, okay? The school system, thanks to the school system, I graduated being half illiterate, okay? So, this is a video especially for young people. If you feel like you're missing out, if you feel incomplete, if you're down on yourself, depressed, etc., right? You need to pick up books immediately, because there is a book out there just for you that might save your life and might turn your life around to something amazing. This is what happens to me. I'm a prime example of this. There ain't no bullshit here. I'm telling the truth. Books saved my life. I mean, when I found out, what happened to, Dostoevsky, how he was almost executed, by the Tsar, and he was pardoned at the last second, and he had this crazy shift in thinking, this spiritual explosion, and because of the fear, because he thought that he was gonna die any second, and then he was pardoned. Something changed in him completely and forever. When I found out, what happened to Dostoevsky, I was like, bro, why have I been crying like a bitch all my life that my life is lame, right? My life compared to Dostoevsky's has been, a joyride, okay? And then the examples keep on coming, right? There have been people that have went through hell itself, and they came out even better people, okay? Reading books can save your life, and I'm making this video as a way of showing my gratitude to all of the books and all of the poets and all of the philosophers and all of the novelists, even comic book writers and artists. To all of them, this video is a way of showing my gratitude, and possibly maybe this video will save a young person's life and make that young person's life far better. Okay? Books taught me, not to be so simple-minded, right? This is what art does. Art, the imagination, books, reading. What they do is they pull you out of the mud of your own suffering. Okay? They show you, yes, what you're going through is tough, but listen, by comparison to other people, your suffering is not that serious, okay? And this is what reading does, or listening to a song, or whatever, especially books. They pull you from the mud of your own, hell. And they show you that you can escape. And they show you that you have strength. Mental strength to, overcome anything. Okay? Overcome anything. This is what reading does. This is the mission of books. Books are here to show you the way, to pull you out of your stupid, trivial bullshit, and reading will polish you to be a better person. Okay? This is what books have done for me. Books have shown me that a life can be, enjoyable. Right? See, when I was younger, even though I was a moron, I used to take everything so seriously. I used to care about the lamest shit possible. Okay? Being a dumb kid, being a late bloomer, I cared about the most trivial shit possible, and I suffered so much. It was only by reading. Books showed me that I cared too much, and I had to detach. I had to be indifferent. Okay? Books will give you the tool to distinguish between what is important, what is significant and what is inconsequential. Okay? But I think I've rambled long enough. Okay? Memes will not save you. Anime will not save you. Hollywood movies will not save you. Right? Laughing compilation and reaction videos and most of the video games will not save you. The internet drama will not save you. Celebrities will not save you. It is up to you to be better, to have some dignity, right? To have, you know, an appreciation for your situation, right? So perhaps, and this is just a suggestion, okay? Everybody is entitled to live how they want, right? It's up to you. Do whatever you want. But I would recommend that maybe picking up a book and reading it, maybe this is the exact ingredient necessary for you to improve upon yourself. By picking up a book, perhaps this will be the exact moment when you realize that you have been free all along and that you have been, powerful all along and nothing can really hurt you. Okay? This might be, by picking up a book, this might be the precise moment when you liberate yourself from this material, prison and its many tricks. Okay? Books save lives. Having an imagination is quintessential to being happy. Never settle for less. Don't be boxed in. Don't be simple-minded, just like most people say. It is so important for your mind to be bottomless, for your mind to be without borders or limitations. If you wanna support your boy, I got a few books on Amazon. The link will be down below. Okay? Thanks for watching. If you have begun reading, keep on reading good books because they are the best medicine against the banal, against the average, against the ordinary. Thanks for watching. See ya.